This is the true story
of a team of strangers
picked to prepare the house
for the newest season
of The Real World.
Day one, when we landed here in the space, there were still people working here. It was an office. So they were literally carted out on their chairs and their desks. We had a lot of surprises trying to figure out how to design the space. It was kind of a fly by the seat of our pants sort of situation, but it's working out, and I think what we're developing here is pretty innovative and exciting.
The space is a character in the show for sure. I remember watching The Real World when I was in college, seeing LA and New York and San Francisco, and just thinking that the space was like Disneyland. You know, the coolest place you could ever live was here. You could play, you could eat, and you can have all your friends, and who wouldn't want to be on a real world house? Our first objective and I think our plan from the beginning was to not make it look like a reality show house. There would be no bright colors. We took Seattle and the colors and the themes here with the woods, the blacks, the whites, the tiles. We tried to base it off something more mature, like the Ace Hotel, where everything was sort of vintage inspired with found objects.
A big fun part of my job is kind of the hunt. So like going out there, and I've found a bunch of amazing antique stores here in Seattle where stuff is, it can be on the pricier side, but if you get a really awesome piece, you can supplement it with maybe like a dresser from IKEA or something along those lines where you're not breaking the bank on everything. It's tough. You really have to try to think outside the box for some things. You have to think, how can I do this with the not a lot of money that I have, but make it look really amazing?
It has to be a home. Our first objective is to make it look good. And then we kind of have to follow the steps of what does it need, how many people. We've gotten rid of the staple fish tank, which we've always had, which represents 7 strangers living together in a fishbowl. That was always a thing that we had to have. That's gone this season. Pool table is in. An office space is always one, which is going to be here too, where the kids can get on the internet and do their thing. And then there's the bedrooms.
One of our bedrooms we're calling the grunge room, which I know is a bit of a stereotype, but we were really heavily inspired by all the telephone poles in Capitol Hill, just covered in posters. So we created that ourselves in that bedroom.
One of my favorite things on this job is I've been able to bring in a lot of local artists. And I promise you that when you see the art on the walls, it's going to scream the Pacific Northwest.